Welcome to Tattletale. Here's today's story. AITA for being cold and uncaring to my autistic sister because I know autism isn't the reason she's awful to be around. I, 16M, have a sister, 14F, who's autistic. She was diagnosed at 3 years old, and our parents have ignored 90% of the professional advice they were given. They also used her diagnosis to excuse all the bad stuff she does, and when kids don't want to be her friend or parents don't want her around their kids, they call them ableist and say it's discriminating against her for being disabled. She's allowed to throw food, steal food off other people's plates, disrupt dinner, and eat dessert before actual dinner. And when those things aren't allowed, she throws tantrums and screams and kicks and acts like a toddler. Sometimes we stay with our aunt or our grandparents and she acts like that. One time she chewed food into Grandma's mouth because Grandma was saying she couldn't take food off my plate. Another time she spat at me for stopping her, and then she threw her mashed potatoes at Grandpa because he told her to stop. Both times Mom and Dad were angry at me and my grandparents for not going along with what she wanted because she's autistic. If we're shopping and she wants to wander, I'm expected to follow her and reach for stuff for her. But she doesn't have to ask, she can just tell me to do it, and if I say no, she tells our parents and they get mad at me. My sister has stomped on my foot for not reaching for the stuff she wanted. She does get overstimulated sometimes, and I get being quieter when that happens and let her unwind. But sometimes she goes into a complete meltdown and can hit and break shit. Mom let her play on my Switch during lockdown while I had schoolwork, and she overstimulated herself and broke it. Then Mom got mad at me because I said someone needed to replace it and stop her using my stuff in future. My sister got mad at me for keeping her from other stuff I had, and she ran to Mom and Dad to use it. She doesn't get invited to birthday parties anymore because she used to hate waiting for kids to open their gifts, and she'd start opening them herself, and then she'd get mad if she couldn't take home the stuff she'd like. Or there were parties with bounce houses where she wanted the bounce house to herself because she didn't want other kids touching her, and she tried to push or bounce other kids out of the bounce house. She put her hands all over food at birthday parties too and slobbered over an entire pizza at one because she didn't want to share it with others. She has an IEP for school, but our parents expect that to be a get-out-of-jail-free card for her. They think it lets her get away with doing whatever the hell she wants, and everyone has to just deal with it. In school, she has no friends, and my parents are mad because we have lunch at the same time, and we're in the same school again, and I refuse to eat lunch with her or check in on her. At home, I don't talk to her, and if she talks to me, I'm pretty rude to her face. She's always rude, violent, and mean to me, so I won't be anything but cold back. I'm past the point where I care about her feelings or what she needs. If she was arrested tomorrow for hitting someone, I'd be happy and celebrate. My parents told me I should be nicer to my sister, and they complain about how cold and uncaring I am toward her. She was upset last Tuesday because someone called her names, and I said nothing to her. When she cried, I actually rolled my eyes because she says mean shit all the time, but autism is meant to be an excuse for it. One of my friends is autistic. There are 2 other students in my grade who have autism, and I have known them since kindergarten. They all have differences, but nothing like her. At least not all the time. It's worked on. They get better at talking to people and apologize if they hurt someone. My sister never does. My parents don't care about that though, and they think I'm TA. My sister does too because she hates that I refuse to hug her when she asks now, and I don't say I love you or anything nice to her. AITA,